I'm just going to say this. Any media person that I see in person for the rest of my life who try to tell me LeBron James is good as Michael Jordan, I'm just going to slap the hell out of him right on the spot. Right on the damn spot. No question asked.
How many more years you think LeBron's going to play? And can he continue to play? I mean, he averaged 25, 8, and 7 in year 21. How many more years can he play, and how many more years can he play at the level at which he's currently playing?
I hope he retires soon.
Charles Barkley just sent a strong message to LeBron James, and it didn't come out of nowhere. It came right after a game that completely changed the momentum of the series. The Los Angeles Lakers were expected to take control, but instead, they walked off their own court looking uncertain, out of sync, and a step behind the Houston Rockets. That's when Barkley stepped in, not just with analysis, but with a message that felt direct, personal, and a little uncomfortable. This wasn't just about one bad game. It was about what that loss revealed, the way the Lakers played, the way they finished the game, and more importantly, what it said about LeBron at this point in the series. Barkley didn't hold back or soften his words. He basically warned everyone watching that something is changing, and if the Lakers don't fix it right away, this will become much bigger than just a difficult loss. Now, let's set the stage because the context matters. The Lakers enter Game 5 at home in a position where most people expected them to take control of the series. Instead, they were outplayed by the Houston Rockets. Not just beaten, outplayed. There was a moment late in the game when it looked like Houston might let the lead slip after the Lakers cut the deficit. But even then, it never really felt like Los Angeles was in control. It felt like Houston was setting the pace, while the Lakers were simply reacting.
Listen, LeBron, number one, I think he's earned the right for a farewell tour, but it's clear it's his last year with the Lakers. They're going to move on, and I think that's the right thing to do. At some point, you got to turn the team over to Luka and Austin.
This is where things become dangerous, because losing like that at home during the playoffs isn't just another loss. It changes the entire tone of the series. And that's exactly what Charles Barkley noticed right away. He didn't waste time trying to soften the criticism. He went straight to the biggest issue. He basically said, look, Houston has been the better team in several games now. Even in the games the Lakers won earlier, they were surviving rather than taking control. And that's a major difference.
The Lakers are not full strength. LeBron is wearing down. Let me tell you that. LeBron's wearing down. You know, I saw all these idiots and fools on television. LeBron's playing great for a 41-year-old in Game 1 and Game 2. And he played great in Game 1, too. But when you get older, the longer a series goes, his efficiency is coming down.
Here's the part that hardly anyone is talking about. Barkley wasn't only breaking down the game. He was sending a direct message to LeBron without having to mention his name every time. When he said, LeBron is wearing down, that wasn't just a passing comment. That was the main point. That was the headline. LeBron opened the series playing at a high level, controlling the pace and making the right decisions. But as the series has continued, his efficiency has started to decline. That's something that happens with age, no matter how great a player is. This is where a lot of younger fans get it wrong. They think greatness means you can stay at your peak forever. But playoff basketball doesn't work that way. The longer a series lasts, the more it exposes every part of your game. Your stamina, your decision-making, and your weaknesses. Barkley pointed out something many fans don't want to admit. When LeBron's efficiency drops, it doesn't affect only him. It impacts the entire team. When LeBron isn't creating easy opportunities, players like Austin Reeves aren't getting those wide-open looks anymore. The spacing changes, the rhythm changes, and the offense begins to stall. That's exactly what happened late in the game. The Lakers fell into what Barkley and even Shaquille O'Neal described as hero ball. Isolation plays, 4 shots, and hoping one big three-pointer would rescue the moment instead of running a steady offense. This is where it becomes dangerous because hero ball doesn't win playoff series. It might steal a game once in a while, but over a 7-game series, those problems eventually get exposed. Barkley made it clear that he hates watching the Lakers play that way, especially in the closing minutes, because it shows a lack of discipline, a lack of structure, and, most importantly, a lack of killer instinct. That was the comment that stood out the most, the killer instinct. This wasn't only about strategy. It was about mentality. Barkley questioned why the Lakers came out with so little energy, urgency and intensity. In a game that could have put real pressure on Houston, they looked passive. And when a team plays like that in the playoffs, it sends a message not only to fans, but also to the opponent. Here's the part that isn't getting enough attention. Houston now believes it can win the series. And that belief means everything, because once a young team gains confidence against an experienced team, the momentum can shift very quickly. Barkley said it plainly. The Rockets have momentum now. And if you watch enough playoff basketball, you know momentum can make a huge difference. This is where things become even more interesting, because Barkley didn't stop there. He basically predicted what he thinks will happen next. He said that if the Lakers are going to win the series, it will have to go to Game 7. He also suggested that Los Angeles isn't winning Game 6. That wasn't just analysis. It was a direct challenge, putting the pressure squarely on LeBron and the Lakers to respond.
When it gets to a point, they're like, we have LeBron and we have older players and we have Luka who plays super minutes. We're not going for this game. We're allowing this game to get out of hand. And so where OKC, they be bringing in younger guys.
Then you look at what Houston can do with this advantage. They're going to attack LeBron even more, make him work, and force him to use energy on both ends of the floor. And if he's already showing signs of wearing down, that's a serious concern. Then you add in the situation with Austin Reeves, who has just returned and still hasn't fully found his rhythm. Houston is going to target him on defense, test his conditioning, and challenge his confidence. This is where younger players often make a mistake. They underestimate how ruthless playoff adjustments can be. Houston isn't going to take it easy. They're going to attack every weakness they can find. That's what Barkley was pointing toward. That's what great teams do. To be fair, there is still a path for the Lakers. Reeves could bounce back. He could have that I'm back moment, find his rhythm again, start scoring aggressively, and take some of the pressure off LeBron. That's the hope. That's what Lakers fans are counting on. But hope isn't a strategy, and Barkley made that clear. Here's the part that isn't getting enough attention. This situation has become about more than just winning the series. It's about legacy. If the Lakers lose this series after being in control early, the conversation around LeBron changes, and not in a positive way. People are already talking about what it would mean if he loses this lead. They're already debating whether it should affect his legacy. And the reality is, it will. This is where things become dangerous, because now the discussion is about history. If the Lakers collapse, this becomes one of those moments that gets brought up again and again, not just in highlight reels, but in debates, comparisons, and every GOAT conversation going forward. And it's not just about LeBron. It affects the entire team. It influences coaching decisions, and it changes the way this roster is viewed moving forward. Because giving up a lead like this isn't just another loss. It's a statement. Here's the part that nobody is talking about. Game 6 is now a must-win, not only from a strategic standpoint, but also mentally. Because if the Lakers lose that game, they'll head into Game 7 carrying doubt. And doubt is one of the most dangerous things in sports, because once you start second-guessing yourself, everything slows down. Your shots, your decisions, and your confidence.
Their numbers are coming down, too.
Right. They didn't have the 24 turnovers they had in game 4, but they turned it over 15 times for 18 Houston points, and this one here is J.J. Redick.
Meanwhile, Houston is in a completely different position. They're playing with nothing to lose, and that's the most dangerous kind of team, a team playing freely with momentum and confidence. If they lose, people will say they gave it everything they had. But if they win, they make history. This is where younger players often make a mistake. They think pressure exists on only one side, but pressure can shift. And right now it's on the Lakers. So the question becomes simple. How does LeBron respond? Because this is where legends are defined. Not when everything is going your way, but when things begin to slip, the momentum changes and the criticism gets louder. And Barkley's message wasn't just criticism, it was a test. So I'll leave you with this. If the Lakers lose this series, does it change the way you view LeBron's legacy? Or do you see it as just another chapter in his long career? Because if Barkley is right, we could be watching one of the most defining moments of LeBron's career unfold right now.